At the North Carolina Department of Public Safety Administration building, and we are getting ready to head up to DC for the finish of the 2018 Cannonball Memorial Run. We had a great meeting here where 3 of their officers and a civilian employee were killed in the past few months. Get us locked in here. We're going to get ready to roll. Hey, Mile High Horsepower, thank you for joining us. Get this thing started. Get a little bit of heated seat action. It's quite cold, about 40 degrees here. Happy Sunday. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank you for joining us. I hope you're having a great Sunday. We have made it. There we go. I'm going to thank you for supporting our supporting efforts. Just a moment. All right, looks like we're getting ready to depart. Well, we are in Raleigh, North Carolina. All right. Grant, will you waze us to this to the Officers Memorial?
Absolutely there, buddy.
Thank you, sir. Oh, change oil soon. Not happening too soon.
We gotta be at 0 by now.
No, we're absolutely at 0 life left, I do believe. We can check that to be sure. 0% oil life remaining. All right. Yes, as you can see, we have no oil life remaining at all. 596 miles of range. We've gone 3,500 miles. Not averaging to anything great. A little light on the tire pressures. But we're doing all right. Say, hey, Grant.
What's going on?
All right. JB.
Yep.
Excellent job with this presentation.
Yes.
There's our other guys.
What up, fellas? It's Tim driving.
Tim is at the wheel. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello, Tina from yesterday. Thank you for joining us again. Raleigh's a great town. Enjoy a few minutes. We got to give a big shout out to Lifetime Athletics in Raleigh. They hosted us this morning.
Oh, no.
All right.
That was the best shower I have ever had in a long lifetime. Just letting you know that. Big shout out.
We're a little weary from being on the road as long as we were, and so they hosted us this morning to just let us get a shower and cleaned up. And it was a very, very welcome respite from 70 some odd hours in an automobile. The trip's going to cover about 3,500 miles. That trip odometer was accounting for a little more, so we're going to get there. And so we're headed to the National Memorial for Fallen Officers in Washington, D.C., and we are due in there.
Right, I just put it down as the National Memorial.
Okay, you got it. No problem.
But it does have an actual address.
It does have an address.
I got it.
Shout out Abhinav, I think. I'm sorry about that. Samuel Edney, thank you for welcoming us to North Carolina. We'll soon be out of North Carolina, but we have enjoyed our time here.
I thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Tina, I'm not sure a burnout in the current environment is appropriate, but if we find a venue, I most certainly will be happy to do so. Shane from South Carolina, thank you. We spent some time there yesterday in York County.
Hey, we got a duck in our car now.
Oh, double duck. We have a duck.
Yeah, buddy.
Omar, Shriner duck, and G-force meter to let us know if my driving is getting out of hand. Thank you so much for buying a hoodie. You can buy a hoodie with the Cannonball Memorial Run logo from bonfire.com/Cannonball Memorial Run. We'd love for you to do so.
There's we had Gatorade, we had water.
There's one more care package behind your seat. There we go. You'll be entering my home state of good old Virginia. Will you tell all the police officers that we're here to help them and that they should not encumber our progress by stopping us? Please. The oil is spent. All the oil is spent. We
We'll
have
stop
0%.
and say hello. If they want to
That's
say hello,
right.
of course we want to network with all
We're
of our
going through
partners.
Roanoke. I think we're just going to be heading up 95. But Grant is the navigator at the moment.
Yeah.
And much appreciated. I'm going to grab me one of these here cords from our mess of wires. I am great today. Sebastian is back. I recognize your username from yesterday. Love VinWiki. Thank you for loving VinWiki. VinWiki loves you back. All right. Tim is ready to get on the road, and he's going to lead us out, it appears, in the 2017 Suburban. Oh, no, he's not.
Let's get started.
Oh, the seat just vibrated to let me know that I was in the process of crashing, but it was I was in reverse and I was crashing into the bushes in front of me. So we'll have to ask OnStar how you make that work better.
This
You got me
shows us of total travel time estimated at 4 hours and 10 minutes, traveling a total of 274 miles.
274
Our
miles.
estimated time of arrival is
Right.
going to be 3:07. We are actually, because we're at this weird, obscure thing. Let's see.
All right. Bye to the Department of Public Safety and Administration building in Raleigh, North Carolina, on to the National Peace Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. And how many miles we're driving?
We're going to go a total of 274 miles before we're arriving there.
Hold our breath.
274 miles to the finishing line of the 2018 Cannonball Memorial Run. Well, on Thursday morning, we left Redondo Beach at the Portofino Hotel and Marina, and we headed east. And so we'll have driven about 3,500 miles in a total of probably 75 hours or so. And we stopped at 9 places to honor, straight?
Yes, straight, and then in about 4/10 of a mile, we're going to be turning left onto the highway.
We stopped at 9 precincts or 9 offices to honor the families and the co-workers of fallen officers within the last year. And Sergeant Snow made them plaques. We've got a church letting out.
And it looks like police officers out there coming up to direct
In the
traffic
middle
and
of the
stop
road.
traffic.
There we go. We're at RFA Church. I don't know if that's supposed to be Rafa Church and some newfangled
Thank you.
spelling. Thanks so much. Are we going left here?
We are going left to merge to the freeway there.
Turn left to
All
line
right.
440 east.
I'll give a shout out to my church family at the First Baptist Church of Alpharetta. I hate to be missing you this morning, but we are doing good work.
And that Baptist church we were at yesterday was pretty amazing there in Georgia.
And Victory Baptist Church in Polk County, Georgia hosted us yesterday.
It was awesome.
They did a great job, and we had a terrific time with them.
Now, as a California person, never have I ever gone to services and immediately been welcomed to go shoot skeet in the backyard. That is pretty
That was
awesome.
the program. Thank you for the donation.
All right, we're going 1.2 miles, and then it shows merging right to the next highway, which is the 496.
Merging right
495 north.
Right to the 495 north. In a mile.
That's it.
Wow, that's our last stop.
That was our last stop for this
Outstanding.
trip.
Good job,
until the
fellas.
finish line.
Good job.
This is the third running of the Cannonball Memorial Run. The first one was in October 2016, and then we went, was it September or October of 17 when we went?
We started at, what was it, September 28th?
Yep, so into September last year for the first one that I joined. Alex Roy and I joined last year's, and had a brilliant time, and obviously I was pleased to come back this year. Alex couldn't make it this year, but we hope you've enjoyed our content, and I've certainly enjoyed the drive.
Well, 495 north. Here we go.
Here we are to 495 north.
Should be good from here.
So all the donations through Super
gotta-
Chat.
We gotta slow down a little bit, let the van catch up.
Oh, the van.
And
You
the dad
forget about
car.
the van. So
We got
that
the
I
dad
think the
van.
van is a V8.
in addition to the 2 West Coast teams that we're a part of in these Suburbans, there is a white
They'll have to
town and
comment. I
country
forget
van or
what
something.
it is.
Might be a Pacifica, I don't know. Van that's joined us. Thank you, Jack, for the $2 donation.
Hey, thanks, Jack.
We have not been pulled over yet, but we like to meet law enforcement on these trips in all possible ways. So if
I just
we
knocked
do
on the wood trim.
$10, Cody Dennis,
Hey,
thank you
thanks,
so
Cody.
very much. We really, really appreciate it. Again, all this money goes straight to the families of fallen officers through the Cannonball Memorial Run. And unlike most charities, over 99% of the money raised ends up to getting to the families. That's exactly what we want to see happening. That's exactly what makes us excited to be a part of it, and that's exactly why we're doing this. So thank you all for the support, and hello to Northwest North Carolina. We are cruising right along. $13 raised. Let's keep that going. Again, all of it's going right over there. Let's say if we get to $100, we'll harass OnStar again.
Yeah, buddy.
So please donate. Also, if you would like, there is a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit sign that I took out of the Vindicky set yesterday when we stopped by, and I spray painted a red Cannonball Run style over the speed limit sign. And so we all signed that, put the stickers on it for the Cannonball Memorial Run in Vinwiki, and that is now on eBay. So if you go on eBay and you search my name, might be the easiest, just Ed Bolian or Cannonball Memorial Run, you can bid on that, and that bidding ends about the same time we get to the memorial this afternoon. So I think it's 5:30 p.m. We'll probably get there a little sooner than that. But if you'd like to support us by bidding on that, we would really appreciate it. I think the bid's about $900 or something like that, but please bid, and that'll all go to support these families. And you will get a receipt from the Cannonball Memorial Run, so it is fully tax deductible.
What's up, Shane Bannis?
What's up?
Morning, son. See you shortly, kid.
$2 Australian dollars. I think that does this really work? It sure does really work, and we really appreciate it. They don't play in Virginia. We know that. So we may not be able to make such fantastic time in Virginia. 100 viewers. Thank you so much. You drive a WRX STI? I do like a WRX STI. All right. We are humming right along. Thanks for the love, everybody. We appreciate that. I apologize. Obviously, I'm driving an automobile. I can't see all the comments, and they're tiny, but I'll do my best to take a look. You're the 100th viewer. Thank you for being the 100th viewer.
The dad van is trying to catch up to us.
Oh, how fast does the dad van go?
I have to ask them, how fast does the
We don't
dad
know
van go?
if it's the engine or the driver.
The limiter might be manifesting in a different form.
For what it's worth, our driver here, Ed, is going to be limited to a teen driver anyway. And it seems that Chevrolet has decided teen drivers shouldn't be driving faster than 114.
114 miles an hour
Yeah,
is apparently the GM stance on how fast teen drivers should go.
So, as much as the Chevrolet wants to tell us the limit of this vehicle, we of course always want to be traveling at the speed limit.
Of course, right. All right, what's the next navigational instruction?
You've got about 38 miles until you're going to be exiting right towards the 464 I-95.
95 north.
95
$5 donation, Josh
Yeah.
Milsner.
Thank you,
you
Josh.
so much, Josh. We really appreciate the donation, as do the families of the officers that'll be the beneficiaries of that. Thank you so much for doing it. Greetings from Belgium. That's fair. All right, we're now going to slow down, obviously below the speed limit we've been traveling at, to let the van from the Northeastern team. So there's 3 vehicles participating in the Cannonball Memorial Run. I'm the only civilian. The rest of everybody on the team is from law enforcement. And one team is from a correctional facility in New Hampshire, and they are in a white minivan. So we're going to wait just a minute for them to catch up.
Yep, so the whole crew is together.
So
now.
we're on boy. Thank you, Michael, for the $2.99 donation. With that, I'm glad you're enjoying the content, and yes, we will keep it up. Yes, someone.
Chronic?
Here we go.
John Korzonic called Chronic.
Thank you. We really appreciate that, Josh.
Had to clarify that.
Did you find that last care package back there?
Yes.
Was there a bottle of water in it by any chance?
It's gone. They took it over to the other car.
Got a bottle of water right here for you, brother.
Fantastic. We got a donation. 50 Nova Scotian dollars.
50 Nova Scotia.
I don't know.
Yay,
what that is.
thank you. That sounds huge. Awesome.
Or up to 29 US dollars, so some significant portion of that. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
$4,500 for my pants.
Whoa.
By all, if you bid $4,500 on the speed limit sign on eBay, I'll throw some.
Is that all it takes to get in your pants?
Thank you for that. Was that an offer?
You know, I've been sitting here with you.
Sarah Hendricks is following.
Hi, Sarah.
Thank you for the fine
Sarah,
people of Raleigh,
See
North
you in a little
Carolina.
bit.
Hey, Sarah Hendricks. We are headed there. So if you would like to meet us at the Memorial for Fallen Officers in Washington, D.C., you can do so. It's an open meetup, and we would love to have you. Live stream's not getting too laggy here. What's our estimated time of arrival on Waze?
Looks like we're right at 3:06 in the
We'll be there probably at 3:06 p.m. We might gas stop. That'll be our goal. I don't know what currency that is. I'm sorry.
Meet us at quarter deck tonight for the finish line party.
We'll also have a party tonight at Quarter Deck Restaurant in Arlington, Virginia. 31 donated. Thank you all so much. So cool to see all the event. $100 donation.
Yeah!
Thank you, Aleem. Thank you, Aleem, for that donation.
What does that mean?
That means it's on.
Star! Woo!
To auto. This call may be recorded for quality purposes.
Certainly will be recorded.
Morning, this is Kia. How can I help you?
Kia, my name is Ed from the Cannonball Memorial Run. How are you this morning?
I am absolutely wonderful. How are you?
I am great. We are moving up through northern North Carolina on our way to Washington, D.C. Where's your office today?
In Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, in Charlotte, North Carolina. We were in North Carolina at an Outback Steakhouse last night.
Oh my God. And I know you enjoyed it, didn't you?
We did. They set us by a door that was very cold and opened repeatedly, but we enjoyed ourselves. What does the traffic look like between our current location in Washington, D.C. today?
Okay, 1 second here. One second here.
Take your time.
Okay. Okay, so far I'm not seeing any before.
Oh yeah, maybe try.
No, at all.
It's
So
terrific
far.
news. Can you run a diagram and let us know if there's anything we should be concerned about?
Okay, and this is the description.
In Chevrolet Suburban Avis Rental, but it's actually great.
Darker.
Okay. Do you have any indicator vehicle?
It's telling me.
Yeah, we
No.
stopped by to see our muffler bearings, but
Okay, so it's like a red, like something is.
So it's not like what imagine.
damn.
Hear the
Oh, it's like a little genie lamp.
Like
a
if you
lamp.
wishes.
that's
That's what it looks like.
But it
Yeah.
looks like. It doesn't
So
look like.
if in the vehicle has normal driving conditions, then you'll have to pull off the road, stop the vehicle, and turn the engine off as soon as possible. But I'll run that diagnostics to see if we get any more information for you, okay?
Thank you.
And what do you define as normal driving conditions?
So, in other words, if it's been driving normal, like it would if those indicator lights would not have came on.
Oh, I feel like it's been pretty normal. There's been some pretty strong lateral forces according to our G-force indicator, Omar the Duck. But it's at the moment I think we're pretty good. We're pretty good.
Okay.
We did get a lot of muddy water inside the car, but it was mostly absorbed by one of our rear passengers' face.
JB took it, most of it, right to the grill.
Yeah. So I'm not sure that'll be an issue. But
Okay.
what all can you test diagnostically in your OnStar diagnostic test?
Well, while we were talking, I did run that diagnostic, and I did not find back any error code.
Oh, good.
Oh, that's great. So but you would recognize an error code for our if we were to have an oil issue?
Yes.
What if we had a muffler bearing issue?
1 second here.
Yeah. So we want to make sure they're sound, fully operational condition.
Okay, so with that, your remaining oil life is at a 0%, and that's probably why you have that indicator light on.
Sheriff of Wake County on the other side. You didn't tell me about that on Star.
Yeah. Can you give us a
I
heads
did
up?
it.
No, if you see police cars anywhere on the road ahead
Can
of
you
us,
tell
please
if
let
there
us
are
know.
any police ahead of us?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't. He has a Chevy as well, and he has that little police radar thing in his car.
Oh, good for him.
Regular
Good for him.
outlaw, your
Shout out to your brother. Hey, what's your brother's name?
What's your brother's name?
I'm sorry. His name is Sean.
Sean. Shout out to Sean. With the radar detector. Sean the outlaw.
Exactly.
Oh, really? What's kit Sean has gotten?
Actually has not in
Yay!
But
take
the
the
radar
radar
detector
down,
must
yeah.
work. I might have to get me one of those, or 3 or 4 per automobile I own. That you can't tell if they're.
No, I can't.
What if they were beside us?
I'm pretty sure you can look out the window. They are.
They behind me.
And to
Because they're in the car and with me and in a car behind me. We are driving across the country to raise money for the families of fallen officers. So we've been putting all that oil life on the car. I'm hoping that Avis will forgive us for that.
Okay, can I help you guys?
you know what? Were you able to check the status on the muffler bearings?
We're worried about them.
Oh, no.
Because if we are running at 0% oil, I would think that those things would also have some type of something tripping on.
Okay.
Yep. It's
Do you mind if I place you on a brief hold?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, 1 second.
So what are the comments from the viewers right now?
Okay, so
They're pretty
we're
much
not
the-
able to see anything with the muffler bearing, but we can call Avis.
That would be
Oh,
excellent. Wow.
yeah, but-
Is it something that
Do you think
would
Avis will
practice?
know about them?
Yes, they would have. You would have to contact Avis.
Can you connect us to Avis?
I sure can. Do you mind if I place you on a brief hold?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Tell Sean hi for us if we
Yeah.
don't get it back, and we applaud his police countermeasure approach.
Okay, 1 second.
24 Kia?
And connect us to
Switch
ASO.
your texting.
They'll let us know
Switch your over.
if they can find the issue with our muffler. Where is the van?
So what Washington?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 hours,
5 Eastern.
3 hours, 50 minutes from
Out of that, what happens?
There's Wade.
Shout out to Wade, also
Full bars,
YouTube.
Verizon LTE. Being
Show
charged. I'm
offs.
also running the Bluetooth right now. I don't really know why, but I have it set as a FBI surveillance fan. That's always fun to see people react when they try to connect to a local phone.
Hello from Chile.
Yay!
Thank you all for the donations. We've got $135 donated so far. All that
Yeah.
goes to the families of fallen officers via the Cannonball Memorial Run, a full 501c3 charity. So thank you so much.
Yes. Let's see if we can get that a couple hundred more before the end of this little broadcast.
We'd love for
Awesome.
that. Please continue to donate.
Again, that money's going straight to the families of the fallen officers. It doesn't benefit any one of us in this vehicle or anyone in the vehicles behind us. It's all about the families of those heroes that were protecting our communities every single day.
Do we have somebody in either commenting section in the dad van to let us know how far behind us they are?
We can.
We're at
arrange
mile
that.
marker 442.
442, 22 miles from our exit of this highway.
I appreciate that you'll donate if the video quality improves, but as we're not seeing a whole lot in this part of upper North Carolina.
We got trees on this side and trees on
trees
that
on
side.
that side.
Yeah.
So, not the
Maybe
greatest
not see
for.
the dad van yet.
No, we cannot see the dad van either. In my mirrors.
No more OnStar?
Well, they're
They're
there.
Thank you for holding, and thank you for being a valued OnStar member. Your OnStar advisor will be
Ask
back
her if
momentarily.
Virginia State Troopers have GM vehicles. Will she GPS them and tell us where they're at?
I don't know that the police package involves OnStar. It might be standard in all GM vehicles, though. Thank
Thank you
you.
for contacting OnStar.
We're on
And
we're on
thank you
hold
for
with
being a
OnStar. They're
valued
going to connect
OnStar
us to
member.
Avis so we can
Our
ask
team
them
is working
ridiculous
quickly to
questions about
assist
this car.
Actually, I know for California that would violate our memorandum of understanding for the OnStar people to be.
What's happening,
GPS
Gabriel
trackers.
Gonzalez?
GPS
Gabriel
tracking.
Gonzalez, thank you for the fantastic
What's up, Gabe? Hope you feel
rendition
better.
taps.
Yeah, did taps beautifully for us as we left Redondo Beach the other day.
Thank you
Piston
for
return
holding,
springs.
and thank you for being a valued
Excellent
OnStar
idea.
member.
Live, as you can
Your
see,
OnStar
there's two
advisors will be
questions,
back
and
momentarily.
Our folks in the second van are there to answer those questions.
All right.
Start inviting all
Hey,
of
I
you.
Hey, $2 donations from Justin and Andrew.
Right.
Thank you, Justin and Andrew.
Thank you for contacting OnStar.
You're
And
welcome.
thank you for being a valued OnStar member. Our team is working quickly
Good
to
morning,
assist you.
Nurse Marshall.
Yes, they are.
Gabriel, we're glad you're feeling much better. You did a heck of a job Thursday morning laying taps for us. Good morning, Dave Black.
Dave Black in the house. Thanks for watching, Dave Black.
Yeah, getting a lot
Miss
of money
you.
on
The
this
sign is doing well. There's lots of people bidding on it. Jerry Baker is trying to get back in on the action. I told him
Oh, Jerry.
Thank
he's
you for
out of his
holding,
league. He
and thank
needs
you
to
for
just
being a
bow
valued
out.
OnStar member.
We have
Your
not.
OnStar
over
advisors will be back
Sure,
momentarily.
where its current bid is at $990.
So $990 is the current bid on the license or the 55 mile an hour speed limit sign that we've currently got on eBay.
Signed by everybody on the
Thank you
Cannonball
for contacting
West Coast
OnStar,
team.
and thank you for being
Ed
a
and
valued
Dave.
OnStar member.
Correct. Thank you all for watching. Passing under State Road 1137 in North Carolina, waiting on the van to come along, so we're driving under the speed limit.
Ish.
Now let's ask OnStar about the flux capacitor.
Thank you for holding, and thank you for being a valued OnStar member. Your OnStar advisor will be back momentarily.
Somebody texted it or something. We gotta find it.
Anybody have a number for the dad band?
We're waiting on, so there's 3 cars in the 2018 Cannonball Memorial Run. There's 2 Chevy Suburbans, both gray.
Thank you for contacting
tan,
OnStar,
in the words of
and
Avis.
thank you for being
We're
a
in the
valued
2018,
OnStar
there's a
member.
2017
Our
behind
team
us.
is working
Ours
quickly
has
to
about
assist.
15,000 miles, theirs has about 43,000 miles, and we are currently chugging along. But the 3rd car left from New Hampshire and is staffed by 4 correctional officers from New Hampshire, and they are behind us. That we just left.
It's JB.
We'll definitely have to update that VIN wiki
Hey, is your
for the
car
van.
just slow?
Yeah, you don't
or
want to get
is-
them.
You guys are driving 85?
Is that what they intend to
Thank you
continue?
for holding,
Okay.
and thank you for being a valued OnStar
Thank you
member.
for the 10
Your
Canadian
OnStar
dollar
advisor
donation.
will be back momentarily.
Alrighty.
Thank you. Let's see who it was.
Sorry.
A little bit before 3.
How are they getting there a little before 3 when we're
What app are
3:05?
you using?
Checking OnStar. And thank you for being a valued on. Our team is working quickly to assist you.
As we start coming in, we'll slow down if you guys
Rocky Mountain.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Thank you, David, for the $5 donation.
Good morning, son.
Sorry. Please say only yes or no. Are you calling about a new reservation?
No.
Okay,
If you are
right on.
calling about a new
We're on hold with Avis now.
She connected us to
call,
the
like
Mando customer service line.
who can assist you.
Okay.
I'd probably do that too if
There
someone asked me
might
for
be
berries at this
some
time.
service.
Dave Mack is asking what the amount of donations are for YouTube. I don't have it exactly,
I don't know how to get to that in analytics yet.
Okay.
but it's getting up there.
It is Salter Satellite Radio from Sirius XM. Ask
Seriously?
your network advisor for more details. Please remain on the line.
Okay.
Your call will be answered momentarily. Take control of your rental experience
Thanks.
using
Looking forward to meeting you in
All right,
DC.
son. Love you. Have fun today.
your car,
What's up,
bypass
G?
now.
G
You need a
is
rental
bird
agreement.
sitting right now.
Track the Avis Courtesy Bus, all on the Avis app. Download the Avis app today for convenience and control. Peace of mind is just a click away.
Peace of mind is just a click away from Avis.
So, Dr. Mitch, who we just met with at the last stop within North Carolina, just sent me a text message just saying, hey, I wanted to bid on your item. However, how about I just give you $1,000 and then let whoever wins that item on eBay keep it. So that is outstanding. So $1,000 donation from Dr. Mitch. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Mitch. $1,000 donation.
Return dates available for the city and location at which you are renting. Our next available sales representative will be with you shortly.
So what's the word on the van?
The van is, they got it at 85.
Pegged it. It's buried to the ground, to the
So
floor.
would you like me to wait for them?
No.
Okay.
I told them what we would do is slow down as we get to the DC area, let them catch up.
All right, so an update on the van behind us. They're cruising along at 85, so even as we drive the speed limit, they're not catching us somehow. I'm not sure how that works, but we're continuing along.
Davis.
Avis,
Manny, your rental advisor for my speaking with.
my name is Ed. How are you today? What was your name?
My name is Manny, Ed.
Annie?
Manny, that's
Manny. Excellent. Hello, Manny. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Ed. Thank you so much for asking. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. We have rented a Chevrolet Suburban, a 2018 from you, registered in Colorado, but we picked it up in California, and we've driven it across the country, and we're now in North Carolina, headed to Washington, D.C. We're having a couple issues with it that I'd love your help with.
Okay, now can definitely help. But what's going on?
It says that I have 0% of my oil. Should I be
Okay,
alarmed by this?
But the oil
Well,
pressure
not-
gauge
not-
says good.
That, I mean, the 0% oil could be maybe the gauge. I don't know, but I would definitely go to the nearest location to check that out. Because safety comes first. I would go to the nearest location. You're in Washington D.C. right now, or North
We're
Carolina?
almost to Washington, D.C., and we really can't head to a location because we're kind of on a clock right now to try to get to our destination. So I can't go to an Avis location at the moment. What else do you think you could recommend? Should we try to test the car out or do any diagnostics to it? Do you have any ability to monitor us?
I don't have the ability to do that, but how car feel?
You know, it's pretty comfortable, but I kind of feel like it could go faster. You know, sometimes you feel like it's sort of holding back.
Right.
So,
And
that could be
sometimes, I'll
different.
say this, a few times, it has spontaneously stopped accelerating as I'm making progress along the road at a reasonable pace. It It's almost like the engine brakes.
I would definitely, let me get you in with roadside.
Oh, you have roadside? Do they?
Yeah, let me take you.
Are they gonna? But I really don't want to stop. I don't think I want to stop going where I'm going. So is roadside going to be able to help me if I keep going?
Well, it's just I'm kind of concerned if, well, you know, based on the way, and you're driving it, so it seems like I'm more concerned than you are, but it's just I'm afraid that based on what you just told me, as far as accelerating when they want to or when they shouldn't.
That's right. It is alarming. I don't disagree with you, Manny.
So, now, the analytics within OnStar, who started this with, couldn't quite pin down whether or not the issue was specifically the muffler bearings, as some mechanic told us as we were asking about it. Do you know if that's anything that's a common problem within the 2018 Suburbans?
No, not a 2018, not yet. Unless
It was only the 17 and earliers that had the bad muffler bearings.
Yes, not 20.
Now, I had heard about a piston return spring issue on the 2018s. Is that something I should watch out for, especially with the low oil percentage?
No.
No, good on the piston return springs.
You know, it's new to me right now for the 2018 at least. I do know of the 2017, but not so much the 2018 ones.
Well,
Yeah.
But then again,
It sounds like you got to watch out for those 2017s in the used marketplace.
definitely
Yeah,
gotta be careful.
Yeah, for sure, Manny. Now, one time when I was using the windshield wipers, there was some moisture that was coming up. I was worried it might have been blinker fluid. Are the 2018s notorious for blinker fluid leaks?
Not at all. I'm just concerned who drove that before you grabbed it.
I'm concerned about that as well. There's always that rumor that people mistreat, rental cars. They're out doing donuts in parking lots or banging it off of speed limiters or, not keeping it clean, things like this. And I'd hate to think that that's the way this one's been treated at any point in its life, right?
Exactly. That's where I'm at, especially based on the details that you mentioned. But then again, why would we let a car like that release it to a customer?
That's what I'm saying, Manny. We're on the same page here. Do you have the ability to monitor our speed? Because I've had some concern that the speedometer may not be entirely accurate.
Yeah, I'm just concerned on everything you're telling me right now. You're still driving, and that's where I'm at.
Well, when you got to be somewhere, Manny, I can't necessarily stop my deadline. I got a place to be in Washington D.C.
Someone told me if you soak the muffler bearings in a bucket of steam, it'll actually take out the rattle. Do you know if that is anything that we can consider?
You know what? Let me transfer you to a roadside assistance, and they'll definitely recommend and maybe able to do what you're requesting. As far as me, it's more like the reservation department. So let me transfer you to roadside, and that way they have better recommendation for you. Okay?
Sounds great, Manny. Thank you for your help.
Are they really?
Hey, it's my pleasure. They'll be right with you. Thank you for calling Davis, and have a great day. 1 second, please.
All right, thank you.
man.
Are they really going to steam our muffler bearings?
That's how you fix
Well, you have to
bearings.
soak them in a bucket of steam.
It's tough to capture a bucket of steam.
3.9 miles out.
I'm about to. Whoa!
It's actually the miracles that a bucket of steam can do are pretty it's universal, really. So when I used to work in the baseball industry,
For emergency roadside service, please press 1. For
there's
reservation
no one.
or customer service,
How do I get to
press
it?
2.
Can I say 2?
Repeat message, please press
2.
9.
9.
What if we are not on a touch tone phone?
Please enter your response.
For emergency
Yes.
roadside service,
1. What if we make the noise a 1
for
make?
reservation or customer service, please press 2. Repeat the message, please press 9.
So as I was saying, we used to always keep the bucket of steam.
If you are in an unsafe situation, please hang up and dial 911.
Keypad.
For latest roadside service, please press 1. For us, press 2.
Oh, we're in a mess of transfers. We're not using a phone, we're using OnStar.
4.
Hey, but for the record, if you've had a rental car and you haven't cleared your phone out of the little connection database, you might
We
want to
can
consider
call
that.
All right, well, it sounds like we...
Are you on the phone? If
Yes.
you are in an unsafe situation, please hang up and dial 911.
Call the cops if it's an unsafe situation.
Just ask for Grant. They'll know me.
Hey guys, we're in an unsafe situation.
For this car, press 3.
All right, well.
We're going to have to terminate this.
Your OnStar call has ended.
Oh, they did it for us. That was
I
nice.
did that.
Yeah, at any rate, so when I used to work in baseball, we always kept a bucket of steam because it's a miracle worker. And what we'd do is we would keep it right next to the key to the battery box. That way people always knew where to go to. It's just imperative to do that. So.
What types of things would you soak in that bucket of steam?
Well, usually, honestly, so you would take, before every game, you would take the baseballs, and they get lightly coated in a little, kind of a, almost like a light dusting of Mississippi mud, that bucket of steam, and you only put the left-handed and then the curve balls. You keep the left-handed and then the curve balls in two separate different buckets of steams, and it actually helps the moisture absorb that Mississippi mud, and everything works so much better that way for the pitchers. It's just really important to use with the right-handed balls or the fastballs, because if you do that, it totally throws off the pitcher's game.
All right, we're going to 95 right
We are getting up right now.
Sorry for the late merge there. Rear way.
Yeah,
We're going.
I got my incredibly decent story there, and distracted me from my actual duties of navigating Ed here, and I feel bad. So
That's all right. We only lost 20% of our viewers, Grant. Don't worry about it.
Well, you know, does anyone have a match? I'm gonna light myself on fire now.
Well, that'll get them back. How about what kind of donations required for that?
Light myself on fire? All right. Well, let's see here. I actually work pretty cheap.
All right. I don't know if I don't seem to be lagging too bad. Let us know how the stream looks, guys. We're cruising along, getting on 95 north.
Yeah, this shows that we're going to continue here for 121 miles. So just make a mental note.
1.21 gigawatts?
No, 121 miles.
Oh, miles.
Yeah, so if you could just make the mental note that when it hits 121 miles, you'll know to merge, and I won't have to do any duties.
All right, I'm on it. We're counting down from 121 miles.
Right.
So, hey, my wife just said you just got to make sure you keep your balls separated.
Always got to keep your balls separated. Yeah, so looking out, wife.
That's good. Good.
Yeah, so it is important that you keep the knuckleballs and the curve separated from the left-handed ones. The left-handed ones, because if you confuse the right-handed baseballs with the left-handed baseballs, then it really throws off everything, and that's not fair to the pitchers, and makes the game very non-competitive. That's not cool.
All right, guys, we appreciate you watching. We appreciate the donations. You can also buy merchandise. You can buy embroidered shirts like Grant is wearing right here by going to cannonballmemorialrun.org, and they'll give you a link to the vendor that produces those. You can also buy the blue and black logo that you saw on Bonfire at bonfire.com/Cannonball Memorial Run. I'm not sure how many we've sold, but the goal was to sell 250 of them. We were getting pretty close, but if that's a great way to support the cause, please do it, whatever you can. Donate via PayPal there or through Super Chat here. It all goes straight to them.
So have that eBay item, the 55 mile per hour speed limit sign that was signed by this whole team here, the West Coast team of the Cannonball Memorial Run, as well as Ed and Dave signed it. So we have the world record holder team, and really appreciate the generous donations on top of that. But if you can bid that item as high as you can, as much as you can donate. This is a charity, and all that money goes straight to the families of our fallen heroes throughout the nation. This is one of the only charities that I've ever heard of, and I've done a lot of charity work in what my particular job is now, where nearly every single penny that you donate goes straight to what it is that you're intending to donate. We don't have overhead costs. The only thing that is, if you donate through PayPal or whatever, of course we have a fee, but we have a negotiated fee that's incredibly low. So that money really is going to those families. So thank you.
Thank you, Grant.
So the question was, Ed, are you having fun?
I'm having an absolute blast. There's not much I like better than getting out on an open road, and we certainly appreciate that. We're now being sprayed with wiper fluid by the other car in our convoy. They passed us in this traffic exchange.
Can we confirm it's not blinker fluid?
It might be blinker fluid. They better call OnStar and check their blinker fluid reservoir capacity.
Absolutely.
So the other question is, are you in for next year? That's coming in from the viewers.
I don't see why not.
Hey!
This has been a blast.
That is not a yes. So
maybe we get some faster cars next year.
maybe we can. You know car people.
I know car people.
All right. So car people, Ed's friends, hook them up.
What kind of car should we take?
I think we need a Transcon Medevac ambulance to be most in line with the. I'd actually sent an inquiry to Dodge SRT to see if they would donate me one of their Hellcrate motors in exchange for us building it into a Transcon Medevac replica. Need a 700 horsepower Transcon Medevac.
Who don't?
Yeah, exactly. We are headed to Washington, D.C. to the Memorial for Fallen Officers. Grant, you know the address for that?
I kind of do, and let me get that for you. The physical address through Waze is the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in Washington, D.C. However, if I go to Google and I say, Google, tell me where it is, it says it's roughly mid-block of the 400 block of East Street in Northwest Washington, D.C. So 400 block of East Street, Northwest Washington, D.C., mid-block. Honestly, if you look at it, you can't miss it if you're somewhere near the 400 block of East Street, Washington, D.C.
It's two beautiful stickers. Marble walls with lions.
We don't have stickers, but we got guns in here. Holy cow. I don't want to pick this up because I'll freak out the drivers next to us, but there we go.
And there
sorry.
we go. That's all right.
Referencing my
the gummy worms.
The gummy worms. That's it. We got gummy worms.
It's your massive arms.
It's,
so,
I don't even exercise.
Let's show the viewers up there.
All right. Sorry
Those
about
that show up will get stickers.
Show up and get a Cannonball Memorial Run sticker. We bought 300 of them, so we ought to have enough left. But
it's not my fault you keep your gummy bears in the compartment.
In holsters.
In holsters.
All right.
Pretty awesome.
That's it.
So, yeah.
So that'll be the finishing line. So we have no further destinations this year. We made 9 stops at precincts that had lost officers in the
Paul
past
Bunyan
year.
and Blue.
Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox.
Oh, that's awesome.
On the western side of I-95.
Wow.
At exit 145. That's where we're at. So if you'd like to come out to the Fallen Officers Memorial at 3 p.m., we would love to have you. We will be meeting there, and we'd love to meet you. We appreciate support in all forms, and so certainly coming out to see us there would certainly be appreciated. The question was, what is our average mile per hour? Not as high as we'd like it to be, but that's not really what this cannonball is about. This cannonball is about raising awareness for the families of fallen officers. On average, each year in the United States, 161 officers are killed in the line of duty. That is over the past 30 years, excluding 9/11. And so the goal, the aim, the mission of the Cannonball Memorial Run is to issue money in the form of a check or any other financial relief to the family of a fallen officer within 24 hours of time of death. And that's something that no other agency can do, because there are federal and state available funds that go to the families of fallen officers, but those can take 6, 12, 18 months to collect on, and obviously the financial need is immediate. And so what we're out to do is to raise as much money, all of which is evenly distributed amongst the families of the officers. So the amount that we've been able to send has actually increased as of this drive 66%. So we're trying to eventually we want to get to $10,000 provided to each family or the survivors of the loved one, the officer that's killed in the line of duty. And we are out to call it what it is. It's murder. When police officers are killed in the line of duty, that's what it is. And we need to raise awareness because the number unfortunately continues to climb. The first time they did this was late in 2016, and 10 months later, Alex Roy and I joined along with the police officers, and at that point there had been 38 officers killed. And now we're in a period of 6 months, and we've had another 38. So the pace at which police officers are being killed in the United States has almost doubled in the time that we've gone. And so we hate that, and that's what we're out to both change the narrative about what these police officers are doing. That's really my goal in being a part of this, is to say, as a citizen who loves to drive and loves cars, these guys are out there to protect and serve us and to make our lives safer. And so doing whatever we can to support this is absolutely critical. North Carolina here, we're at mile 1 I-95 North, and right along.
Hey, well, look at my shirt right here, embroidery. Just want to give a shout out to Lynn Brevis from Cat.
Cat Specialties.
Oh, from Cat Specialties.
All the way in Irwindale, California.
It really is
high quality stuff.
Yeah, incredibly detailed. It's just great stuff. So thank you so much, Lynn. We really appreciate you making these for us.
Have we been driving? All right, so we left at 8 a.m. on Thursday morning, and so today is Sunday morning, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so we had 3 days, so that'd be 72 hours to get to 8 a.m. this morning, and it's now...
Yeah, it's 8:41 Sunday morning in West.
All right, so we've been on the road.
So what was our projected time?
Projected time was 77 hours, so we're going to come in ahead of that, probably 75 or so, right? We're about 3 hours out.
3 hours out.
Excellent. Did we do any burnouts? If you go to my Instagram account, Ed Bolian, you might see the answer to that question. Hypothetically. Thank you for all the donations. We're at $152 donated in this live stream. We're well over $1,000 donated through YouTube. We really, really appreciate that. Also, please go to ebay.com and type in Cannonball Memorial Run or my name, Ed Bolian. I signed, along with the rest of the West Coast team and Dave Black, my co-driver from the Cannonball record in 2013, a speed limit sign that's been on display in the background of the VinWiki set for the last few videos, and so millions and millions of people have seen this. It's got a red X painted through it in honor of the opening sequence of the 1981 film, The Cannonball Run. And so we all signed that, put on a Cannonball Memorial Run sticker, and that is currently up for sale on auction, ending today at 5:30 Eastern on eBay. And all of the money from that goes to benefit this charity, this full 501c3 charity, Cannonball Memorial Run. You can find out more about them at cannonballmemorialrun.org, but if you buy that, we've all signed it and I'll ship it to you. It's at the VinWiki warehouse. We had stopped by there to drop off a check that Richard Rawlings had given us the day before in Richardson, Texas at Richardson PD of $20,000. So here's a shout out to Richard Rawlings, Dennis Collins, and everybody at the Gas Monkey Garage Foundation for that exceptionally generous donation. Thank you so very much. Yeah. It's 11:44 p.m. here in northern North Carolina.
If you bid over $4,500 on that eBay sign, the speed limit sign, you'll know that Ed has already thrown out there that he will give the pants off his legs right now. So if you want to get into Ed's pants, $4,500 gets that to you, and he will ship those along with the speed limit sign.
There you go. But it's I think it's at about $990 last. Huge help. That makes a huge difference in the lives of these officers, and it's our goal just to keep finding new ways to bring awareness and bring fundraising to that effort.
Ed had too much coffee this morning. Does he ever take a breath?
Nope, I don't.
That's kind of harsh. Come on, man.
That was all with love.
Actually, I appreciate that.
They love you.
I do have a very low respiratory rate.
Marathon runner style.
I was a swimmer in high school, and I didn't really realize it, but they...
Shave your legs to this day?
I don't, no. But thank you for that, regardless of contribution.
But how much money will it take?
All right.
The few times I did, the ingrown hairs afterwards
the Rocky Swamp.
The Rocky Swamp were utterly miserable. Yeah. It's not as rocky as it sounds.
Check it out. We got Shrek.
Right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Any questions for us in this live stream?
So, come here often?
Not as often as I'd like, Greg.
I'm going to Aunt Ruby's right now.
Aunt Ruby's Peanuts in Enfield, North Carolina. We'll be on the lookout for the Virginia state line and let you know when we get there.
Definitely.
How sore are we after this? A lot less sore than I've been in most of the other Cannonballs. The worst certainly being the 1974 Dodge Monaco Bluesmobile. We won the 2016 C2C Express in. We, you might recognize from some of his VinWiki car stories, set that along, and we were victorious in the C2C Express race. We did 34:17, I think, that year, which was the best time by a couple hours, and we that was a whole lot of fun. Thank you for the Robo Drone Photography for the $10 donation. We really appreciate that. We haven't been pulled over. A huge departure from what happened last year. I think I led the game with 3 times being pulled over last year. Alex got a couple, and JB in the back got us one in South Georgia. But fortunately, no tickets, as you'd imagine, when we get pulled over and we let them know what we're doing and that we're here to raise money. God forbid if they were to be killed in the line of duty for their loved ones, they can appreciate that. And so thank you for the $2 donation. Sorry your name went off there, but
thank you.
Nancy Hillsdale loves Ed's voice and how he delivers his information.
Well, thank you, Nancy. It's the information, not the voice, that makes it sound good. I can assure
Well,
you.
when I say things, it's not quite as catchy. So I think a little bit about you too.
Did we get anything? Did we get the oil changed in the Suburban? No, but the representative at Avis was quite alarmed to hear a few minutes ago that we were at 0% remaining. So that obviously means there's no oil in the car, but magically it still maintains some pressure. So we think that we may still be on the factory delivery oil at 15,000 miles on this thing.
Probably are.
But if you are in the market for a pre-owned Chevrolet Suburban in the next few years, and you look at anything that's 2017 or 18, be sure to check VinWiki, because we have logged the miles and things that we've put on these cars in VinWiki. And as much as we can say that the 2018 or 17 Chevrolet Suburban is a fine automobile, don't buy this one, because we've been a little bit mean to it, and you should probably find a different one.
Well, honest
smell.
Yeah, a little bit stinky, but
A little bit of a smell,
but
particularly the ventilated seats. It seems like it's in the seats.
It may be Omar that really is making this all happen, come together. So when you do purchase this vehicle later, Omar won't be here, and then who knows what's really going to happen.
Well, we're coming up on Real Virginia Peanuts, which probably means we're coming up on Real Virginia. $2 from Andrew. Thank you so very much.
Andrew.
Are we going through Eastern Virginia, the Eastern Shore? No, we're going to be on 95 all the way through. Is it boring to drive for 73 hours? Not when we get you guys.
Woo!
That does make it much better. 100 donated total. Thank you guys so very much. We appreciate that. Let's try to get that to 200 in the next few minutes. We'd really, really appreciate that. And if you do, I don't know, we'll think of something interesting to do in response to that. We're getting into a little, so we apologize for some laggy.
I can do hand tricks if we get over 200.
There we go.
Really impressive.
What is the go-to than gummy worms? But
yeah, gummy worms. We got some
turkey jerky from
Shelton's Poultry.
Shelton's
Guaranteed.
Poultry. Guaranteed beef jerky.
Some Gatorade.
Someone had another Cannonball Run, and obviously what we're doing, what we've done in 2904, the record we set back in 2013, all of that is really a tribute to the legitimate, the true Cannonball Run that happens, organized by Brock Yates of Cannonball Baker's Memorial Trophy. And a lot of tribute events, a lot of that have a kind of occupant of automobile enthusiasts, is the first one design enforcement. As most of you had originally set up libertarian protest, the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit being imposed on American motorists. And they went out to say that competent drivers in capable cars were capable of crossing the country at a much higher speed than 55 miles an hour. Is not that at all. We're here to say that the people that keep these roads safe for us to drive on deserve to be protected. They deserve to be safe in their line of duty, and that if anything happens to interfere with that, that we're here to help support them financially. And so that's what you're doing by donating through Super Chat, and that's what we're doing by driving across the country to raise awareness. Other events like the 2904 or C2C Express are sort of a, wacky modern interpretation in old cars or cheap cars or whatever the case may be. And I've enjoyed a lot of those, and those, that we've done the last 2904, it appears, trying to stop to a dead stop in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely.
We're somewhere. We're 100 miles from the 95 in Washington.
What's causing the traffic?
Absolutely. Let's see what OnStar says about this.
Connecting to OnStar.
OnStar call number 2 of this live stream.
This call may be recorded for quality purposes.
Do we know if there's been a faster unrecorded time? No one's...
Hi, this is Melissa speaking. How may I help you?
Melissa, how are you today?
How are you?
This is Ed Bolian calling from a 2018 Chevrolet Suburban rented from Avison, California in North Carolina, and we're almost stopped. Can you tell me why?
And you're on a stop?
Yeah, we're in a lot of traffic. Can you tell me how far it goes?
Sure. Maybe a mile?
Maybe a mile, so we're at exit 160 now. You think it goes all the way to 161?
Where I see something else in front of you, that's probably why.
Is it an Explorer that's a Virginia Tech fan driving a little bit too slowly?
And it looks like
that's not what you see?
I can't see everything. But it looks like there is a jam up ahead of you by exit 125. Exit 171, I-95. So there's slow traffic.
How far are we from the Virginia border?
Virginia. About 20 miles.
20 miles, okay. So you said at 172 there's a backup?
Yeah.
Melissa, where are you
That's the
located
only
today?
thing I see in front of you. In Charlotte.
In Charlotte. How's Charlotte today?
Yeah.
We were...
It's not bad.
Yeah, it was a little cold last night. We were there last night.
Yeah, it was a little cold. I had to turn the heat off.
Oh, yeah, we did too.
Yeah.
We went to a steakhouse in Charlotte last night.
Yum.
Excellent. Can you run a diagnostic check on our car just to make sure everything is tip-top?
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Of course, you're very welcome. Let me see. Do you see any aftermarket devices in the vehicle? I'm pretty sure no, right?
Of course not. We wouldn't dream of doing anything to damage or modify this automobile.
I know. Everything looks good except for the oil life. Maybe they didn't reset that.
Oh, you think they just didn't reset it? They put new oil in, but it just says it's not got none left?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm seeing. But everything else looks good. There's no error code found.
Okay. Can you look on your satellite and see where our van is?
Where the van is right now?
The van that's following us. We're trying to find them. There's another one. It's a Chrysler though. But do you have Chryslers?
No, it's just GM vehicles.
GM? That seems unnecessary.
Yeah, those are the only vehicles that have on side.
Can she diagnose our other vehicle for us?
The other Chevrolet Convoy has any issues?
It's right behind us.
Yep.
No, they would have to call from the vehicle.
Oh, they should.
They would have to press the
They're
button
probably on
the-
the phone with another operator, Melissa.
Oh, okay.
How long have you worked for OnStar?
Not long, maybe about 6 months, I want to say.
Oh, yeah? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah. I am. I kind of want to get a vehicle that has OnStar.
Oh, yeah? So what do you think is the most useful thing?
Definitely the navigation.
So you think it's better than like Waze or Garmin or other navigational systems?
It depends what generation you're born in, but I would totally use it for the navigation services, and I'm kind of.
You're kind of techie. What generation were you born in? Are you a millennial?
I want to say no.
Oh yeah, but sometimes you still.
Backyard.
Sometimes you still feel like it. You played in the backyard, so that.
Anthony.
Anthony, shout out to Anthony on OnStar.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, so in the last 6 months, you've been doing this. What's the most unusual request that someone brought you?
Request?
Yeah, like what's the weirdest?
What's the
call
craziest OnStar call that you've had?
There's been just like people that just want to vent about maybe, I don't know, the president.
Oh, really? So people call you to complain about President Trump?
Yeah, that was a weird call. He was just like, I don't know, it was just weird. And it was mostly about the president.
Really? That is a very interesting call.
Was there any legitimacy to the call? Like, what did it branch off?
Did he
to
make
the
any good
conversation?
points, or was it just, America's already great?
I think it was the opposite. He was like crying on the phone. I just didn't know what to say.
What do you remember what you told him?
I was just apologizing about like you had to feel like that and everything.
I'm glad you took responsibility.
I just felt so bad. I just didn't know what to say.
I know. What can you say to a guy who says my only out is to call OnStar? It's like someone who's caught in the middle of a long road trip with nothing to entertain them, so that blue button and bother you. How offensive could that possibly be?
But it's all right.
You are a great listener. Anything else? Any else that you've had reported via OnStar?
Oh no, that's usually not the department. The emergency department usually deals with the accidents and all those emergency requests.
Okay. So we did have one thing yesterday. The car believed that it had been in an accident. For some reason, we lost it. And our G-force started to move on top of the dash, and we began to slide across some pavement. And it called OnStar automatically.
Oh wow!
So feature that if we crash, initiate a call to.
Yeah, that's what the red button usually does. Even if it's sensitive.
Red button. There's a red SOS button.
I found the red button.
So what is? Does it connect me to the same person? It just makes me feel like something more serious has happened.
You'll get an emergency advisor. They're like trained to deal with those kind of situations.
So
do you
what
happen to know if 653 X-ray applies when you push that button?
What was that? What did you say? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Well, within California, the penal code 653X just means you're basically making nuisance phone calls to emergency services. Do you happen to know if we would be exempt from that by using the OnStar SOS?
I'm not sure, honestly.
There's no disclosure on the mirror that has the button on it that I might be violating any penal code, so I feel like I could probably speak freely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that's true. Without a disclaimer, but then again, if they warn you, then I got you. We'd have to be warned before there's a violation of the law.
Otherwise, it's entrapment, right? That's how entrapment works.
Well, unless it's common sense type thing, So I don't know. Well,
it says SOS.
But what's your input on this, there, Dan?
You still there?
Yes, I'm sorry. I just can't hear him very clearly.
Oh,
that's okay.
I don't have a deep, manly voice like my friend Ed here.
No worries. Oh, we're at the highway patrol station. Can you tell us if there's any cops ahead of us?
Oh, no, that I can't see.
You can see it?
I cannot.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Can you tell if they're behind us?
No, I can't see any of that.
Oh.
No police activity.
Can we put in a recommendation that OnStar gives us the location of police around us? Is there like a survey that I might have or something like that?
Yeah, you'll probably, well, let me see. I'm not sure if maybe the rental company will give you some kind of survey for OnStar. But usually members get emailed surveys, so I'm not sure how it works with rentals.
I'd be more than happy to take a survey, and I can assure you that you'll get the highest of ratings.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so nice of you, because I just got a 1 the other day, and I was confused.
What?
Oh, no way.
Who do you remember their name or where they called from or what the VIN number of their car was so we can hunt them down?
Yeah.
It don't give me much information. I was just kind of bummed because I don't know what kind of call that was. Because usually, I'm just like, here you go, have a great day.
Right. How could things go so pear-shaped? What do you remember what their issue was?
It doesn't give me no information.
It just says someone didn't like you. That is a terrible thing.
They didn't say it, but the one shows it.
Oh, so do you have like a rating like an Uber driver out of 5 as an OnStar operator?
It's out of 10.
Out of 10? Somebody gave you a 1 out of 10?
Oh, 1? I know.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe they were thinking that you're number 1 and that was it.
Oh, that was a good
Maybe
one.
they got confused.
Yeah, they got confused. They just reversed the scale. But
What's your current like average rating out of 10?
It's high. Last month I was at like maybe 95%.
Oh, yeah,
This
that's
is my
solid.
first
That's
one
good.
ever.
Oh.
So I was a little bummed, but it's okay. I'm gonna make a comeback.
I think you
Yeah.
will. If they
Yeah.
send us one, we'll definitely help.
Is there a complaint
That's very
procedure
nice
where
of
is there a complaint procedure where we can get your one erased?
We could dispute the one on your behalf.
We can do
Like
it.
if we
I'm
read a
gonna
bad
make
Yelp
sure.
review and say that was not a helpful scoring.
I know. I was so upset. I'm gonna make sure my supervisor listens to this call so they can see if they can reverse that.
Please
Very
do. And
good.
if,
So are they recording this?
yeah. So
yeah, it's recorded.
yep, they
Remember
told
that-
us it was recorded.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they
Somebody, a Honda Element just crashed pretty hard into a Kia.
But looks
But
like
none
okay.
of them are on the phone with OnStar because neither are GM vehicles. So they're on.
Oh no.
But everyone seems okay.
They're okay.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
Can you tell us
where-
if the Quarter Deck Restaurant in Arlington, Virginia is a good place to eat?
Arlington, Virginia. What was the name of the restaurant? The Quarter Deck?
Quarter Deck, like quarterback, but instead of back, deck, like a porch. That was
So where
definitely the
is
most
that?
efficient way to explain that.
Or a bunch of cards. I don't know.
That was our plan for dinner. We're gonna have a little party. So if you're in Washington D.C. tonight, we'd love to invite you to the Quarter Deck.
Oh, that's so nice. I don't even drive.
You work for
Whoa,
OnStar and you don't
how
even
do you do
drive?
that?
Well, you see what it is I come from a city where I didn't need to drive. And
Where
then
did you
when I
come?
moved from New York, from New York City, from Brooklyn.
Oh,
So
wow.
when I moved here, I was thinking it's time to get the car. So
Yeah,
now,
it's tough to walk everywhere you need to go in Charlotte, I think.
Yes, it really is.
So
I mean, I walk, but I can't walk that far.
how do you get to work?
Like I do Uber back and forth.
That is
Wow.
fantastic.
Wow.
The
I know, but I should invest in Uber going.
I don't know. They're getting some.
Hopefully I can get the car soon. I'm hoping that, and then
Give you an
Yeah.
OnStar car allowance.
Yes, they should.
they should.
We got a lot of things to take up with like a survey,
Yeah,
so we really need to figure out a way to get that.
In the
Yeah,
meantime, until
write
there's
all these ideas down.
that's
I don't want
I
to take
was
credit
just
for
gonna
that.
ask
We're recording
Yeah.
them actually, just to make sure that we keep them
Perfect.
handy.
Yeah, and if you wouldn't mind jotting them down on like a post-it note or something, that way you can remember from your end. That way our notes just kind of match.
Yeah, we got to see both sides
Yeah.
of the story being the same.
The more the better.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
But it looks like the Quarter Deck read like 4.2 stars, so it's pretty good.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Is that? Are there any entrees or anything we should like be sure to steer clear of?
Let me check the 1 stars.
That's
but you
what-
can't always-
we
you
don't
can't
trust the
always
1
trust the
stars
ones.
though.
You
The
can't
1
trust
stars are vindictive. They could be calling.
Clearly.
Right, they might be complaining about politicians. There's a lot of things that could happen in a 1 star. I bet it's that guy. I bet it's that guy. Because I don't know there's any, phone counseling you could do to someone distraught about our current president that's really gonna gonna really turn them into a pod because obviously I assume you don't have instrument as an OnStar
The
operator.
voting public.
I understand some politics, so I think those are
Millions of
Can you? We're going.
yeah. You tell me
All right.
about a $100
What? That's it. Can you?
wrong.
I hope so
That's
too.
way
That
off.
seems great.
No, you got that because it just went
Up to
What?
130.
third insanity.
Doesn't even sound possible.
Is it common Chevrolet Suburban rental California to have fault?
Hope
Maybe we should. That could be the.
slow game out for hours.
Maybe it just reported it was liberation of.
But what you guys are not.
Oh, we're okay.
Fine.
Would you like to know an intro driving to raise funds for all-in police officers?
Well, that's
A
amazing.
rental car in North Carolina and Virginia quarter Deckington.
Yeah, my
Outstanding.
Firefighter.
What's his name?
name.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brooklyn.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All
Yeah. So I love that you guys are doing this.
Oh, you're very welcome,
amazing.
and thank your brother for his service, please.
Tell her to check
Of
out
course. Yeah.
check
this-
out
this
the
is what he's always
Cannonball-
wanted to do.
Check out the Cannonball Memorial Run.org, and that's us.
Memorial Run.
.org.
.org.
Yep. .org.
I'm writing this down.
Awesome.
Oh my God, I'm gonna totally check. Can I donate?
You can.
Of course
That would be
you can. Yes, we
terrific.
would
You
really
can donate
appreciate that.
Of
on that
course.
website via PayPal, or you can go and you can buy a shirt there. You can
Oh,
also.
that's great.
Yep, and we've
And
also
the
got
shirts go to proceeds to this?
100%. Yeah,
Everything
there's
does.
Oh, that's
nobody-
amazing.
We don't keep any of it.
over 99% of all the money that goes into the charity goes to the families of fallen officers. So it's nothing to
this
do with
is
us.
great.
None of us take salaries, and it's all about just giving back as much as we possibly can and raising as much awareness as we possibly can. If you want,
Oh,
you can.
this is great.
If you know anybody that might like a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit sign with a big red X spray painted on it, like in the Cannonball Run movie that we all signed, there's one for sale on eBay. So you can search Cannonball Memorial Run on eBay and bid on the sign.
Cool.
The current highest bidder is at $990 right now.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I could bid, but I'll definitely get a shirt.
Maybe all the OnStar operators could pool, throw in a couple bucks, and then you all can
Yeah.
hang it on the wall at OnStar's headquarters in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes, that is so cool. I'm totally gonna get a shirt on my break.
Well, I appreciate
Great.
that. Well, when just so you know, we live stream most of our stuff on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you go to the Cannonball Memorial, that sounds familiar.
It's called Final Push to DC.
That's what called is the final push to DC. We're in Virginia. We made it.
Yeah.
Virginia, welcome to
Yeah.
Virginia.
Do you
Oh,
think that
that's so
Virginia
great.
is really for lovers?
That's what it says. There's a sign.
I just love the license plate, but I don't know about that.
Yeah. Do you think that their police enforcement is fair about speeding?
In Virginia?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Pretty strict. Pretty strict.
I've never been to Virginia.
You haven't?
That you guys been to.
Our favorite state?
California.
Most everybody but me is from California. I'm from Atlanta. So we started
okay.
we started at Redondo Beach at the Portofino Hotel and Marine finish line of the Cannonballs, most of them in the 1970s. And so it's
Oh, wow.
under new management, new ownership, but we like to stay there when we're in LA. And then we went to San Bernardino to Phoenix, Vegas, then Phoenix, then Van Horn, Texas, then Georgia, then Locust Grove, Georgia, then York County, South Carolina, then Raleigh, North Carolina. We drove past you. Now we just are on our way to DC.
Oh, perfect. Oh, that's so great. And you guys drive back to California?
No, we let them keep their one-way rental car, and we
Oh,
fly
okay.
home.
Yeah, that needs an oil
Oh,
change.
okay, that's not bad.
Used all their oil life.
That's all.
Yeah. So your final destination is at Washington D.C.
That's correct. Generally, Cannonball
Oh.
work in Indian, LA, but we kind of have adapted it to fit what's in the places that we need to stop. We don't stop to sleep. We just stop to families and the departments that have lost an officer in the past year.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's so awesome.
Thank you very much. But you've been amazing.
Yeah.
We don't want to keep you much longer, but we definitely appreciate that.
Oh, you're very welcome. Hopefully you get the quarterdeck before 2 a.m. because that's when they close.
Oh, terrific. So did you find any entrees or anything we should look for or avoid? I heard they have good crab.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a lot of crabs. They don't give me a menu. I have limited internet access for a reason.
Oh, because it might be Facebook time?
Yeah. I mean, for others, I don't have Facebook, so I don't know. I guess so. That's what they do.
What would you be looking at if you could use the internet at OnStar headquarters?
Probably the menu for quarterdeck.
And the VinWiki YouTube account, right?
No. I don't know.
You gotta check it out. Just so you know, Dan, this is Ed
I'll just
Bullion.
be like on Pinterest, maybe, looking at desserts and stuff like that.
Pinterest.
So
How to make my kids' room.
Well, you need to look him up right now. But Ed Bullion is the guy with the awesome voice that you've been talking to this whole time. He is the current world record holder from driving the Cannonball Run across the United States, and in the fastest time anyone has ever done it, and no one's beat him. And honestly, in doing this drive myself, I don't see how anybody could ever possibly beat him. But he's basically the fastest guy I've ever met. It's pretty awesome.
Oh, well, he's probably 13 on that.
I don't know if that could be trusted.
I don't know that.
Here, well, I'll tell you what.
Highly inaccurate.
Will you check our speed one more time before you go?
You better let me see. It's saying, oh my goodness, I gotta go.
Bye, thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Have a great day.
Yeah, check
I'm gonna
out the
go pick up
videos.
the shirt.
All right,
Thank you very much.
Appreciate your support.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Drive safely. Bye-bye.
You too.
Your OnStar call has ended. Goodbye.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I think our live stream has failed a long time ago there.
I think so too.
This just came back up.
It's working.